Okay, War Factory Day. I think I'm right on time. Look at that. 3 seconds. War Factory has arrived 3 seconds ago. Now, let's have a look here. What do we got? Standard War Factory, smoke up the right side, hit the core with a bunch of shocks. So, not a lot that we can actually do here with Everspark. I'm going to clear these 3 rocket launchers behind the core because that is a silly shock. But otherwise, I mean, we can probably GBE these flamethrowers down below the core just to simplify a little bit. Maybe we'll use the remote on the shock launcher. I have not decided on that yet, but we'll clear the rights. I mean, this is a fairly standard, typical, whatever you want to call it, War Factory. So we'll just jump right into it. And I'm going to be very brief today. I'm swamped with work, so going to be very, very brief. But we're going to, let's see here. This should be a piece of cake. Here we go. No thinking or planning required. I'm going to drop an artillery on, let's go with these 2. And the reason why I'm doing these 2 is because I'm going to flare the other one. I could damage all 3, would have been smart, but we're, like I said, not doing a lot of thinking today. So I'm going to get right back into this general area with Everspark. I'm going to gap smoke a little bit because we can. Gap smoking near machine guns, not probably a terribly good idea, but once we get away from the machine guns, we're pretty much A-okay. Now, I'm not really entirely sure why I didn't use the remote on the other one, but I mean the artillery to mark the other one, but I just wanted to make sure that we're in range, which is probably a little bit silly in hindsight, so don't do that. Oh, smoke was a little bit late, but now we're going to do the double tap, nothing else is injured or damaged, so we should be okay. Now, double tap is just push the button as fast as you can, and hope for the best. There we go. Rocket launchers are down, and on previous ones, those rocket launchers were going to be a complete pain. So now we're going to use some GBE on some stuff. Probably, I'm going to start with these back flamethrowers, because I might get lucky and clear a couple of those mines that we're going to need cleared anyways. So there we go, we got 2 of them hit. Good start. And these flamethrowers are in range when you get near the core, so we're just going to do a little bit of damage there. And if you've got grenadiers, you could drop them at the front and farm all of this stuff, and you could probably farm all this stuff over on the right as well. If you don't want to waste any troops or time whatsoever, just drop grenadiers and you'll be good there. But the next up, I'm going to go and try and be a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Aggressive here with Everspark. And hopefully it works. We'll find out. I'm going to get the rocket launcher and the shock launcher on this one. So let's get Everspark into here. And now we're going to push the button at shore and then flare the rocket launcher. And as she walks out, we're going to try to do the ninja dealio. Nope, didn't quite get it. Didn't have the range quite right, but was hoping to pull it off. Nonetheless, still a lot of time. So now let's go like that. Oh, a little bit early again. So 2 wasted smokes. Come on. Trying to be too aggressive. Don't need to be that fast around boom cannons and things. And the rocket launcher's not going to take me out on its own. So there we go. Now we're going to push the button, and I'm going to flare all the way to that shock launcher. Long, long walk. But we should be okay. I mean, should be okay. The lasers had not seen us yet, as long as she doesn't walk out. Now, there we go. There we go. So down goes our friendly neighborhood shock launcher. And I said I was going to be aggressive. I think that was a bit of an overstatement for sure. But lots of GBE left to get rid of these flamethrowers. Getting rid of flamethrowers is clutch and important and all of those sort of things. So now I'm going to do a barrage on this one. Hopefully those will both go down now. And even the crate would be extra awesome. Or factory supply or whatever it's called. So now we've got all sorts of time and space now. And then, I mean, those machine guns we probably want to get rid of as well. and maybe the flamethrowers, but at this point we could just hit core, but I'm going to try and clean up a little bit more just to make it super, super simple. And I'm going to mark these machine guns, and we'll retreat. Apparently, I've just got news that from Angry Turtle that apparently there's a big ban wave coming right now, banning a bunch of the Chinese task forces. And if you have a look at the, let's have a look at the top 25, for example. They're down to 13 members in this one. So I haven't gone through a lot of them, but apparently the number 1 here is down to 2 members. Now, in a 5-person task force, that isn't a definitive answer because maybe the 3 of them hopped out to a different task force they attack in. But if there's bans coming, very, very interesting. And it appears to be the case, but I don't know for sure. I don't have any screenshots or anything. So if you happen to know someone who's been banned or you're in a task force with people who have been banned, please, please send your screenshots along. Now, let's get going. Attack number 3. I'm going to try to get rid of those machine guns and the flamethrower by core. And I'm going to try to come a little bit wide. Actually, no, let's come out to right here. Just because, I want to get away from those machine guns as much as I can. I mean, sorry, away from the lasers as much as I can, because lasers plus Everspark, not as much of an issue when it comes to, there we go. We already know what she's going to select next, so I'm just going to double tap this. Actually, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I almost did the double tap, and then I remembered that I want to get rid of that flamethrower. So we're not going to double tap. We are going to walk, and it's going to be magnificent. Magnificent. There we go. Now we're going to push the button, and I'm going to flare this flamethrower, and then I'm just going to let her walk out and probably die. Actually, not probably die. She will die. Throw it, throw it, throw it. There we go. Whew. And that just simplifies the shock a little bit. Now, realistically, I probably should just walk up the right side there. Let's get... this flamethrower is not a problem. Let's just put it on core. We'll just throw the GBE on core, I'm fairly certain. Yes, yes, we will. Here we go. Let's throw it on core. Just in the hopes that it saves us down the road. Okay, there we go. Now it's time for the core hit. I mean, this is totally dead simple at this point, and I always say things like that just to put my foot in my mouth, because I, of course, had my audio off. I forget my audio so damn often. Apologies yet again. Now, we can walk all the way up the side with nice gap smokes because none of these lasers work, or we could walk up the middle and potentially get crushed by the lasers. So I'm going to go nice and wide. I'm going to load Brick. It's a little bit dicey, and if Brick might die on me, so I'm not that concerned about her well-being. Sorry, get knocked out. 5 diamonds, whoop whoop. Now, so we're going to get up to the kill zone. We're going to have 1 shock to get all the flamethrowers and machine guns, 1 shock down here on the lasers, and then, I mean, it's just a matter of doing damage at that point. So we should be good. Yep, should be good. Okay, now, any free stuff? Just maybe a little bit of free stuff down here, but I don't really care about that. So we're going to get right over there. Let's go like this. Attack. I'm going to drop my smoke right about there, and then we'll just drop all of our troops over into there, and they should be able to get in there nice and safely. Get in nice and safe. Oh, look at that. We even got 1 cell coming down, so that's nice. Oops, I flared too early, though, of course. Of course. Get underneath. Oh, I almost lost Brick. Whew, that was dangerous, 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 dangerous. We're going to gap smoke up the side, up the side. And I do not recommend gap smoking by flamethrowers. Do not gap smoke by flamethrowers. It is a terrible, terrible, terrible idea. And then we're going to come right into here and drop our smoke. And then 2 more smokes. So we're in pretty good shape. We got 3 shocks and battle orders, all by walking up that side. So pretty nice. We're going to shock right here, and I'm just going to leave it. Nothing else should need to be shocked immediately. Probably might have wanted to shock the doom cannons if you want to save maximum troops, but I wanted to save it just in case, because I never checked the health on the headquarters, and sorry for those of you who wait for the health in the headquarters, I always forget that. But that's it. War Factory, unboosted, pretty easy. A good practice for gap smokes up the side. You can, obviously, this is going to be solo. This is going to be a very easy solo, so one of these days I will solo it with my HQ18 account, but today is not that day. I probably could have, but I don't want to be... It's a waste because people can't follow the attacks that way. So here's the attacks. I'll quickly check. I'm just going to replay this so we can check the health on it. So 292, which is... What's that? 292, so 392, 3.92 times 200,000. It's about 784,000 health, I think, but I could be wrong because it's headquarters level 20, and I don't know what the health on headquarters level 20 is. I'm just going to babble here for a second. Just bear with me. I got nothing else to add, but headquarters level 20, apparently it's only 140,000, so a little bit of a mistake there on my part. So let's get 3.92 times 140, 123 is 548,000 health, I believe, on the headquarters. I could be wrong, but that is a good number to start with. About 550,000 health on the headquarters, at the very least. It might be a little bit higher. It might be as high as 748, but I think it's 548. That's all I got. Thanks for tuning in, and I will have more time for booming soon. I've just been swamped, so I'm almost there, but War Factory is done. I hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.